Today's documentary, The Crystal Skull of Lubaantun, Mystery in the Jungle. Deep in the humid jungle of Belize, beneath the crumbling pyramids of an abandoned Mayan city, a 17-year-old girl's hand closed around an object of impossible coldness. It was her birthday, January 1st, 1924, and the light filtering through the canopy caught the thing she pulled from the dark earth. It was a human skull, but not of bone. It was of flawless, chillingly transparent quartz crystal. In that moment, Mitchell-Hedges didn't just find an artifact. She ignited a mystery that would burn for a century. Our journey begins not with an answer, but with the visceral shock of the object itself. Hold it, and it feels unnervingly light, yet dense with presence. Gaze into its hollow eyes, and you see the world distorted, fractured, magnified. Our guide into the labyrinth is the man who brought the world's attention to Lubaantun, Frederick Albert Mitchell-Hedges. In the 1920s, he led an expedition to the remote site in what was then British Honduras, aiming to prove his theory. For years, the official record of the expedition, dutifully reported in newspapers and Mitchell-Hedges' own writings, made no mention of a crystal skull. The stunning discovery was only announced to the world much later, in the 1940s, and even then, the details began to warp and shift. The first crack in the legend appears here, in the silence of the original records. The skull itself is the heart of the enigma. We move from the shadowy archives to the stark light of the laboratory. Crafted from a single, massive block of clear quartz crystal, it is a near-perfect anatomical replica, complete with a removable mandible. Their findings sent shockwaves. The quartz was of a type found in Madagascar or Brazil, not Central America. More astonishingly, they found no microscopic scratches, no telltale gouges from metal or stone tools. The crystal appeared to have been shaped and polished using techniques unknown to modern lapidary science. The report concluded that creating such an object, even with 20th-century diamond-tipped tools, would require over a year of continuous, meticulous labor. As science raises its skeptical brow, the human drama deepens. Mitchell-Hedges became the skull's fierce guardian and evangelist. For over 60 years, until her death in 2007, she toured the world with the artifact, insisting on the truth of her birthday discovery. She spoke of its strange properties, that it would sometimes feel warm to the touch, that stored images would appear in its depths. Yet, even her story contained contradictions. In some interviews, she found it under an altar. In others, beneath a collapsed wall. And then, a devastating revelation emerges from the historical record, a documented sale. Art researchers uncovered that in 1943, Frederick Mitchell-Hedges purchased a crystal skull at a Sotheby's auction in London for £400. The romantic legend begins to crumble under the weight of a receipt. But just as the hoax theory seems to solidify, we pivot to a different kind of truth, one not written on paper, but carried in the memory of a people. We journey to the modern Maya communities of Belize and Guatemala. Here, elders speak not of one skull, but of 13. Their oral histories, passed down through generations, tell of skulls that speak, or skulls of destiny, tools of profound divination. Archaeologist and anthropologist Dr. Jamie Aw, a Belizean of Mayan descent, grounds this lore. The indigenous perspective reframes the question. It asks us not merely who made it and how, but what did it mean? The conflict escalates further with a forensic breakthrough in the 21st century. Using advanced scanning electron microscopy, they found minute, but definitive, marks of rotary disc tools, instruments only available in post-industrial Europe. The conclusion was blunt. The skulls were modern fabrications, likely produced in the workshops of Idar-Oberstein, Germany. The impossible precision has a heartbreakingly mundane explanation. It was the work of an anonymous, supremely skilled Victorian craftsman. The myth of ancient origins seems shattered. Yet, why does the mystery persist? Because the human element refuses to be silenced. For her, the scientific reports and auction records were irrelevant abstractions. She had felt the skull's weight on her birthday. The skull becomes a mirror, reflecting what we choose to see. A con artist's clever fake, an heirloom of a beloved father, proof of Atlanteans or aliens, or a sacred object. The lasting significance of the Crystal Skull of Lubaantun is not in solving its origin, but in understanding its power. It is a nexus where archaeology, colonialism, folklore, and forgery collide. It challenges the arrogance of assuming we know all there is to know about the past. Today, the skull sits in a private collection, its physical reality settled by science as a 19th century artifact, but its legendary life more potent than ever. It endures as a cautionary tale for explorers, a symbol of cultural resilience for the Maya, and an eternal question mark for the curious. In the end, the crystal skull's greatest trick was not its creation, but its ability, for a century, to make the whole world wonder. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this documentary, please subscribe to our channel. We bring you fascinating documentaries on history, science, civilizations, mysteries, and the untold stories that shaped our world. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new release. See you in the next one.